never bang. All the Mars and cars now, with your bag it up. Light up my card with a sweet one bliss. Someone flicks me a bag it up. So, it's another one. It's another one, yeah. Except for strong, yeah. Oh, it's another one. It's another one, yeah.
What's going on, people? Welcome into another episode of the Stay Waiting Show, presented to you on iBoxingHub in association with our sponsor D-Rock Clothing. I'm joined by my man Ray. Ray, how is life? He's showing off the merch.
Come on, man, you see it, looking comfy. But it's decent, man. It's decent. Life is life in just cutting through. A man making his way through the universe. If you know the reference, you know the reference. But yeah, how about yourself?
We were talking off air how good life is right now for me. Life is nice. I have a new studio for a week. Shout out the studio apartment from the lady that I'm renting. It's very nice. The lighting is sensational. But you know who was sensational? The man that I picked. I told you, people. I told you. Canelo Alvarez is around the corner, and you went like, yeah.
Man, Canelo is not facing that guy.
But Hamzah Sheeraz stops Edgar Berlanga on his debut at 168. And listen, if you guys saw the reaction with me live on Trail and Kevin's watch along, you know it was 4 a.m. but I had energy like it was 4 p.m. It was crazy. Just talk to me about Hamzah Sheeraz. Like I can't really say more than Carlos Adames is poor in the past. For all those that kept telling me, oh, he's not built for world title level, he's not built for this, I told every single person, go watch that fight back. When he proclaims he got injured, he's a man that doesn't make
Whoa, let's not do that. See, I was with you.
No. Let me land. Up until he did get injured, if you watch that fight back, he's winning the rounds. Adames ain't winning the rounds. What you're seeing, however, is Carlos Adames when
Hamzah Sheeraz, you never want to have some shame, Abbas.
No. Let me land. When Carlos Adames actually won the rounds, look, Hamzah was injured, but he was so dominant in the wins.
Did Hamzah lose the fight fairly?
No, he drew the fight. I genuinely didn't mind it being a draw, and this was my analogy leading up to the injury.
Listen. We're here to praise Hamzah for his fight against Berlanga. Let's not do this. Have shame.
But okay, I have zero shame when I support my people.
Have shame.
But all that beside the point. This week's performance that he put on just showcased to people, look, he's still there and he's ready for that next level. And that next level looks like Canelo Alvarez. Again, a fact that I kind of said is there and available for him. But just talk to me about Hamzah Sheeraz and what you see.
If he looks that good in another fight at the super middleweight, Canelo's not fighting him. I've been told you, Canelo is on the farewell tour. He's not going to take too many fights, which puts him in danger or doesn't get him the big money fights. If he's not facing Benavidez, expect Hamzah to get the same treatment if he puts in another great performance at super middleweight. However, to stick to the fight, what a performance it was, New York, Berlanga doing the trash talking that you need, the brash American that you need to just chat a bunch of nonsense, get people riled up. This is one of the few times where, listen, man, the trash talk was hilarious. Hamzah was hilarious. Oscar was hilarious with the back and forth. And no, did I say Hamzah was hilarious? Sorry, Berlanga was hilarious. But no, Hamzah had his
little moments as well.
The whole going on the street and asking people who Berlanga was, and then the irony is that he bumped into a Londoner out there who, shout out Hamzah and everything. So it was a good, a bit too the arena that was it arena or stadium that they were in?
Louis Armstrong Stadium, I think it's called, but it's built like an arena.
Okay, fair. I still feel like
it's a tennis ground.
They still need to get the promoting part right and making everything pay per views. Listen, that might be a whole conversation for another, maybe at the end of this episode, or maybe for another episode entirely. But we're gonna have less boxing stars in the future if boxing goes the way that it's going. But anywho, Hamzah, it was his moment. You know, he stepped up to the plate. He's not draining himself to make middleweight. And this is why I said stop making excuses for him against Adama. Because I just feel like this is a great example to more boxers. When it is your time to move up, listen to your body and move up. The same way Devin Haney was at lightweight. He was struggling to get there. Then he moved up to 140. And then soon after that, it's just like 147. I'm like, my body's getting bigger. Like, getting older, your body's going to be harder to lose less weight. You can't stay the same weight. Like, and you saw what happened to Errol Spence when he stayed that weight for too long. Shout out, man down, because you know that's my guy. But Hamzah, that move up to super middleweight, it was just what the doctor ordered. He's still a physical presence there, and he put a pause on Berlanga.
Question for you, because I will put it out there, right? We've had chats saying boxing needs stars, etc. Now I put a tweet out, a little bit biased.
Go on.
I'm not gonna lie, a little bit biased. Let me read it back. But some people agreed to it. Some people did actually agree to it, which was let me put it out there. Oh, I can't even find the tweet because so many people there.
What was it? Okay, go on.
Right. They called me crazy when I said 2026 Hamzah Sheeraz fights Canelo, and here we are. A superstar isn't born tonight. A superstar was confirmed. In my opinion. The reason I say that is it gave me, I'm not saying the exact same, because Amir Khan was a different level, but it gave me semi-Amir Khan vibes.
We're throwing away superstar too loosely.
Oh, no, just let me land.
Semi Khan pause and then says Khan was a star. A star.
Let me land on what I mean.
This guy hasn't gone full Khan, and yet he'd be a superstar.
Well, I'll be honest. I thought Khan was a superstar. Because
no. Are we talking about Khan on his come up?
No, Khan when he went to America.
Oh no, he was a star already. Hamzah's not a star though.
The way he is because
no, he's not. No,
just New York City.
When I say star, yeah, this is what I mean about. This goes back to what I was saying before. Star for me is I've got uncles and aunties that aren't into boxing, and they'll come to me and they'll be like, "Yo, when's so and so fighting?" Or they'll be like, "Oh, I saw so and so," because they know I'm into boxing and MMA. So they'll be like, "Oh, I saw, Andy Joshua fighting. I saw Chris Eubank fighting." That is star. That's when it's like you got people that don't even care about. I remember that's when I even like MMA. That's when I realized certain people are stars and superstars, because I had an uncle asking me about Israel Adesanya. I had them asking me when Leon first won that belt with the head kick to Kamaru Usman.
Yeah.
I remember they were like some didn't even know his name, but they still knew. Yo, who's that Brum guy? No disrespect to Hamzah, because I want him to win and I want his profile to grow bigger. And we've even discussed in the group as to why his profile is not as big as it should be. Even though obviously,
I think it changes
we know that
way.
I still don't.
And the only reason I say that is,
are you talking? Or do you know what you need to clarify? Boxing star.
Boxing.
He's still not a boxing star.
I think he is a boxing star now. Simply, and the reason is, just let me land. You go to America, and your debut where the pressure's on you to deliver. Otherwise, if you lose that fight,
Berlanga.
Okay, Berlanga, Trylanga, whatever, it don't matter. Hamzah in 5. But the whole point being is, you had to go deliver, and you didn't just deliver. You put a stamp on to say, "Look, I am here." Then on top of that, now you have two people that are backing you. Turki Al-Sheikh and Frank Warren. Frank Warren can send you to the moon at this point, because guess what? His next big star is fighting this weekend. And if he doesn't come up, we're going to put we should, in my opinion, put all eggs in this guy's basket because you have the potential to fight Canelo Alvarez, and you said he's not going to fight him. If he doesn't fight him, I do believe Canelo drops the WBC belt. And
no, that's one he'll keep. That's the people that he got in his pocket.
Yeah, I guess so. But the only problem is
the other belts look ugly. Everyone recognizes.
Yeah, they do.
WBC green belt, everyone recognizes it.
Yeah, the only problem is that's where Hamza's mandatory, I think. So it becomes technical.
You saw what he done to Benavidez.
No.
Benavidez was mandatory and had the interim, and they still found a way.
The reason is
listen.
I personally believe he fights. I personally think he gets to fight.
If Hamzah beats another solid super middleweight, he's not getting a title shot from Canelo.
What do you think, Caleb Plant?
No, because Caleb's also coming off a loss. So they need to make Caleb Plant first. Either give Caleb the rematch against my man that beat him, or now's the time to do Caleb Plant versus Berlanga. Now that you mentioned it, now's the time, because Berlanga was acting like he was better than Caleb after obviously Caleb lost, and then Berlanga tried to make fun of him, and then look at God, man. So now is the time for Berlanga versus Plant. However, what I will say is, listen, man, I want the best for Hamzah. I want the best for British boxing. That man is not a star yet. And also at the same time, that is okay.
Well, this is my point. This is where I genuinely believe we're getting there. I think the reason is because of the stage you performed at.
He hasn't. No, but
this week.
To be a star, you need fandom, because it's all well and good being. Look at someone like Terence Crawford, for example. I wouldn't have called him a star until he beat Errol Spence. It didn't take away from the fact that his boxing ability was always great, but he needed that commercial hit of a fight to make him because star for me isn't just performance. Star for me is commercially you're getting known. You've put a presence out there. People have seen the charisma, etc., etc. Hamzah has shown he's got the capabilities, but he's not a star yet. And
but this is why it's interesting you say that, because like we were saying before, Gold Star got an event coming up on the fight night of Usyk and Dubois, and he's advertised as one of the two guys there. So I'll be interested to see how many people turn out specifically to see
what area. What area is that going to be in?
It's at Wembley. So it's at Wembley.
Oh yeah, so he should, knowing the communities nearby, and that he's from East London, East London. We're out here. But the community is local to that part of London.
But this is where, let's strip the community. You are going to have boxing fans, not East, that are going for that world title fight. How many are now going to come also for it? Not necessarily just for him, but have some kind of interest.
No, because you're saying that. Say who the second person is.
Tyson Fury.
They're coming for Tyson Fury. And once again, this is not a slight on Hamzah. And the reason I'm saying this as well, because I'm also big on not giving people too much before it's their time, because I also know in this game, it's a nasty game where you can be flavor of the month today.
He's seen it. This is the beauty of it. He's openly talked about that. I was that guy that people were backing. And then the moment I lost a lot of people. People constantly criticized me for that performance and etc. And I was like, just wait. I know what I'm capable of, and you'll see that. So I think he's somewhat had it on a scale, because people were surprised with how the title fight happened at 160, and he's grown from it. I do believe that.
Just leave my man to grow.
If you could invest in stocks in a fighter, I'm telling a lot of people.
Oh yeah, no.
Put money in that shit.
Invest the stocks now. I'm just saying the stock is not at its highest, which is even better. Now is the time to invest. But if you're investing now, that means he can't be a star.
The question I'm going to pose to you here is then, so what I'm getting from you is, if Hamzah Sheeraz fights Canelo Alvarez, does he beat him?
Yeah, I'm leaning towards Shiraz.
Well,
Let me rephrase. In a fair fight,
what's a fair fight?
A fair fight, which rarely happens, means judges ain't biased. Everyone's just acting normal, as in, well, Turkey Shoney will have bias in a Hamzah fight. But before Turkey got involved, remember there were certain fights, like even Artur Beterbiev and Bivol, where, you know, Turkey didn't hide it that he thought Bivol won the first one, isn't it?
Yeah.
But he still let the judges and refs do their thing of just like, listen, even if I like that guy, do your thing. Like, no one rigged this. So I'm saying, if it's under those settings, I'm going 55% Hamzah, only because ability-wise, Canelo should be able to deal with him. However, Father Time is undefeated, and I don't know if... Here's the thing. You can say Canelo carried some of the fighters that he fought because he could have got them out of there, and he chose
100%. Every single person who does not believe he could have finished Jaime Munguia, he held the man up when he knocked him down. Like, do you know how
Who's
crazy
about Berlanga?
No, Jaime Munguia.
One was, I think, I think it's a combo. I think Jaime was a combination of, he could have got him out of there. And then when he did want to get him out of there, I think he did want to do it in later rounds. But I think later rounds is like, he started to gas himself. His tank was running a bit empty. And it's one of those ones, his younger self would have got Munguia out there in later rounds, a la Billy Joe Saunders fight.
Yeah.
His older
self
entire
is like run, that 168 run where it was like, okay,
yeah.
I think Caleb Plant was like round 11, but you knew it was coming.
You get what I'm saying?
Kovalev, even when he did that move up,
Canelo still has that in him. So and once again, it is not a slight on Canelo. It is more a thing of latter part of your twilight of your career, 60+ fights. Forget about just the fights themselves. The training will take its toll on you. Hence why I can't see Canelo fighting any fresh up-and-coming fighters, especially if they don't have no commercial presence. David Benavidez was the next best in terms of commercially to do the best out of all the opponents he had. And he chose to go against lower guys because it's just like, it's not life-changing money regardless.
Like I say, for me, I'll be surprised, but not shocked. But I said it, I go, look,
Chris, I listen, if Chris Eubank Jr. wins against Conor Benn, that will be the fight against Canelo.
No, so this is interesting, right? Because they were on a Helwani show. Apparently, Chris may pull out.
I hope he does.
Of the September fight, he may pull out. I said to a lot of people, I go, I'd be surprised. They may agree to all the shit.
The funny thing is, you mentioned that. I even need to. I want to tune into that because I heard that Ben and Shakur cross paths, and it's so funny. It's like
Shakur said a 147 in November we'll do it. If you don't fight Ben, if you don't fight Eubank, we'll do 147.
Shakur will put a whooping on him.
A 147, he should do still.
He will. And what's funnier is that I think Ben tried to talk on Haney as well, and the way Haney dismissed him was the funniest thing ever. Because it was just like, brother, who are you to like even speak on? Who did? Because it was Ben directly spoke on Shakur and Devin, isn't it?
Oh yeah, about them being track stars.
And it's just like, brother, you can talk that talk, yeah. If it's like you're a world champion, you done it. Even like if you're like Rowley, where you may not be the most entertaining, but he's got a world championship to his name, then fair enough. But Ben is like, you actually don't have a world championship to your name. You cannot speak on them, man, the way you're speaking on them. And it's the way people forget that Devin Haney was actually undisputed. Devin Haney was actually the youngest undisputed champ. And what, he's 2-weight world champion.
Yeah.
Shakur Stevenson, 3-weight world champion. These ain't bums that are like, I know.
I say to every single person, Shakur Stevenson. I'll put Devin in there, but I think more Shakur. Shakur's the most disrespected fighter in boxing.
I think it's
For
both
me
of them.
personally.
I think it's both of them in a way, because Shakur is more. It's funny because people make fun of Shakur, but then it's like you cannot tell me people ain't avoiding him.
There's one man that's avoiding him. I call it out every single time I can do. Gervonta Davis, the man. But what's your phrase about a duck?
What's the phrase about what?
The duck. They quack like a duck. It is something like that. What's the phrase?
I think with Tank.
I mean, he's checked out of boxing. I do believe he's
that's
checked
what
out of
I think
boxing.
he is with Tank. I think Tank is different. It's like the risk ain't worth the reward, because I think he thought. Because my thing is, because he's be openly spoken about, like, this is more financial to him than it is about aspirations. I genuinely feel for Tank is more like, if Shakur was a more commercial presence, I think the fight would be on. Because, like I said, Tank is looking to cash out. That's the truth. Tank wants to cash out. And even though he's running out of opponents, I think with Shakur, it's kind of just like, yo, I'm going to need you to do something to get, people riled up. It was like Errol Spence and Crawford, where by the time it comes, it was just like, yo, we're ready for this. Whereas Tank and Shakur, it still kind of feels like, it's like those in the know it'll be a good fight, but the public don't know. And I feel like this goes back to, like I said, it goes back to my whole thing of like, there's not too many stars anymore in boxing, but we'll keep on going in a cycle of that. So, but speaking of anyway, I guess the segue, Shakur put on a fight in which, he said he may not fight like that again, which I understand, because he stood in the pocket with Cepeda.
Yeah.
I'm sure he took some body shots that weren't too nice. But people that said that he runs away, he stood there, he traded.
You know what was crazy about that? He had like a 50% punch accuracy, 55% punch accuracy while standing in the pocket and landing on it. Do you know what? He's the best defensive fighter right now in boxing, in my opinion. And then the fact that he can do that standing trade and land with that type of accuracy as well. Like, it's just one of them. But yeah, he's smart. He said, look, Tom and Jerry, whatever, he called it out, did what he needed to do, like he said. And then he turns around and said, I'm going to go back to my old style. Whether you like it or not, I'm going to go back to being smart and understanding that if I want to carry on for a few more years at least, that probably can't take punishment that way, even though I won't necessarily say punishment, but, understanding what his style is and what makes him more effective rather than putting on a show for someone just to make a point.
And you know what the funny thing is? The cheat of some fans to say he should have been defensively responsible. I said,
you guys are crazy.
This is why for a lot of boxers, it's like, yo, fight the way you need to fight, because someone's gonna chat rubbish Like, imagine that. This guy that all you lot kept on saying, oh, he runs this, down a third. The moment he stays in the pocket, you're still not happy.
Do you know what it was? One thing that, like we were saying about being a star and stuff. This is why I posted. I don't know if he's still with Eddie now, because I think there was only a 2-fight deal or a 3-fight deal. But Eddie Hearn, this is why he's the best promoter. He's telling America, you guys have a generational talent.
Yeah.
What the hell are you doing? Follow this guy. Like, follow what this guy does. The fact that he has to come out and do it, it's a poor look. Just for American boxing, that the guy that is British guy is telling you, and you can't still see it between your eyes. But yeah, for Shakur, like I said, for me, there was a little period where it was like, okay, we might be getting a little bit bored. But then when you strip it back, it's like, okay, I'm getting the job done, I'm getting the wins, and he wants that one fight. I've said it before. I think if the fight happens, it'll get to a point where Shakur's body doesn't allow him to make 135 at all. Like he's gonna lose that belt, but he's only gonna lose that belt on the skills. He's not gonna get beaten for it. It's impossible to beat this guy, in my opinion.
Wait, do you know what? I didn't see Shakur on the scale, so I don't know.
Oh no, he's fine right now.
Mm-hmm.
But my point being is like it's like when he lost the title, I think at 130, he lost it on the scales. He's not gonna get beat in the ring. You can't count.
I don't know if he's that ill-disciplined again.
I think it'll be the reason I say that is it'll give Team Tank, if they want to make a fight, the little wait a minute. Remember that guy that everyone was saying fight? He has to go to 140 now. Let him fight once at 140, and then we're gonna bring him back to our weight at 135. Because Tank will be the A side.
The only way that happens is if Shakur does on purpose to make it look like he's struggling to make the weight. But also remember, who knows when Tank fights next? Because that fight against Lamont, even Lamont's just like, I don't even know if this is on.
Remember what I said? No promotion for a specific reason, and we don't know. Because that shit was going to happen in August.
I told you this is it's like Mike Tyson when he was going up against Holyfield and Lennox Lewis, where it's like your lifestyle is out of whack. So then by the time you fight some of these guys, you may not be where you need to be mentally. And then there's always that built-in excuse of, oh yeah, well, you know, when he lost, he was going through this, was going through that. And I saw Lamont do an interview on Andre Ward's podcast, The Art of War. And then I think he was saying that Lamont just openly spoke about it. Remember the fight got delayed. But you know, I think they're cool. So then Lamont said he got a call from Tank, and then Tank was just like, yo, what's going on? It's like, yeah, you good? Goes, how you training? I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I'm in shape, this and the third. Apparently Tank just hung up. And that's when you know Tank was just like, yo, postponed. And I think Lamont was basically trying to imply Tank wasn't in shape. And then when he heard the update and Lamont Roach was like doing what he needed to do for the fight, it was kind of just like, yo, like I need to fix up. And I just feel like lifestyle wise, it's catching up to Tank. And that's not even including, you know, the unfortunate news about him being in domestics again.
Yeah.
So him against Shakur might happen, but it may not be under the best of circumstances. And also, Tank's not in a position to keep on avoiding Shakur as well, because he's run out of opponents. You can't keep on getting 130 guys to come up to 135. Especially the fact that after you look like against Lamont as well, now people are getting to the point where we don't want to watch you fight unless it's against a reasonable opponent.
That's my whole point. I think eventually it's like at welterweight where, okay, the difference was it wasn't a case of we didn't want to see these guys fight other people. We knew that this had to be the fight. And it was pointless. And they even knew it, like Crawford and Spence both. If we fight somebody else, cool, we'll make a little bit of money, but it's not the money we really need to make. I think the public will get on Gervonta Davis where they'll be like, yo, we don't care, bro.
I think they've already got onto him.
They kind of got onto it, but there'll be that casual fan base. They'll be like, oh, it's Gervonta Davis is fighting. Gervonta Davis is fighting. But it's that switch. I think core boxing fans don't care about Gervonta Davis anymore. I don't. I genuinely do not care about Gervonta Davis.
I think core boxing fans don't as much, and then it's getting for worse because I think Tank was in that position where it's like general public like me, so I don't care about if the boxing crowd don't like me. And now he's in that area where it's just like, yo, the general crowd are starting to get a bit like, yo, we're not paying for this no more. And so, yeah, but man, as the saying goes, we move.
We move. Quickly going over it because I know it's early on in the week, but there'll be a lot of videos and the guys will also speak on it on the channel. But it is fight week in London. It is undisputed. All 4 belts. First time I think ever it's happened in the UK. Big D, Triple D, whatever you want to call them. Yeah, he's going to make someone his daddy type of shit.
Hey, yo.
Yeah, listen. Daniel Dubois said this, not me. I'm just quoting him in a press conference.
That's a bit.
That's all I'm saying. I'm just quoting what he said. Versus Alexander Usyk. Listen, someone's got to stop this guy. He's got 2 fights apparently left in his career.
It's not going to be Usyk. I say it's not going to be Dubois. If he's
okay,
down,
let me say this. Out of all the active heavyweights at an elite level, you could say, and there's a handful, literally a handful, Daniel Dubois surely has the best chance.
Joseph Parker.
Isn't Joseph Parker over Dubois?
I believe if Usyk loses, he beat himself. He didn't lose because he's already shown that. He's already shown, as much I get, people do the whole controversial thing of, oh, it was a body shot, it was a nut shot, cool. But then after that, it's like you had the opportunity to finish him off and you didn't. Not only did you not finish him off, he ended up getting finished by a jab and you took a knee.
The thing is, this is where, like, if you look at Dubois, though, he's grown. I will say that he's grown as a fighter with confidence. He's got crazy confidence from that AJ fight.
Listen, beating AJ the way he did is impressive. Beating Usyk, who is undeniably the best of this generation. Because like I said, even if Usyk loses, you already certified what you've done before anyway. So the way I look at it is that if Usyk loses, it's because he beat himself. And I'm sorry to take that away from the bar.
No. I'm not going to have that. If Daniel Dubois stops Alexander Usyk, Daniel Dubois deserves recognition. None of this.
He deserves recognition, but Usyk at this point, this is why I'm saying is unfair. Because Usyk's shown how good he can be, and we know that at this age your body goes into decline. As soon as I know it's different things, but we're here now. Remember when John Cena said to Austin Theory, "Yo, even if you beat me, you may still not get over."
Yeah.
Just because you beat me. That's the position. Dubois is Austin Theory right now. Usyk
I get that.
John Cena is like, I've done what I've done. Like, everyone knows I've done what I've done. I'm past my best years. Even if and ironically, it was the same with AJ. Even if you beat AJ, is that part of AJ's career is like, he's not the guy no more. No disrespect, because AJ is my guy now forever, but he's not the best heavyweight no more. And AJ's going to be the A side regardless. Even if you beat him, you're not going to take away what his impact.
I think if there was a rematch, I would lean towards AJ still being the A side, but that purse significantly gets cut.
Oh yeah, no, the purse changes, but I'm saying commercial wise, AJ's still doing a big Lucas adverts, big Under Armour, all these like nice brands that we love to see. AJ still like you go past, is it Hugo Boss or Armani? One of them, you go by them shots in Westfield and it's like pictures of AJ still.
Yeah, I'm going to Westfield tomorrow, so I'm gonna let you know.
Yeah, he's the guy. He's the guy. And Dubois, shout out to him, he's the future. Well, not even the future, he's the present.
He's the present.
But however, I still feel like Usyk will go out the way if he. Here's my thing with Usyk. Learn from Lennox Lewis and know when to call it a day before you fly too close to the sun.
He said that, to be fair. He said, I've got 2 fights.
I honestly feel like Parker will be the guy to beat him if he stays too long. So and that's my guy.
I think, and you are going to hate this. You will absolutely hate this, by the way. It'll be Daniel Dubois, and it will be Tyson Fury trilogy in the UK.
Wait, Daniel Dubois and Tyson Fury trilogy?
Yes.
You think Tyson Fury and Dubois will go 3 times?
No. I think Dubois will fight him for Usyk's next fight. Usyk's final fight will be the Tyson Fury fight.
Oh, no.
In London. I will be pretty confident in saying that.
There is, and I hope it don't happen, there is no need. You won the first 2 convincingly.
I promise you, they'll run it in England.
There is nothing and The Rock means nothing.
I promise you.
But Usyk to gain
I
from.
promise you. Do you know what it is? He
What are you
actually.
gonna say?
Do you know
Put
what
the bag in the front, put
the sickest thing
the
is?
fries
He
in the
enjoys facing
bag.
Tyson Fury.
Put the fries in the bag and keep
Listen,
it
my
moving.
guy from Chicken Cottage better do that soon when I put the
Take,
order in.
listen, Fury,
I'm telling you, that's what's
take the
gonna
AJ
happen.
fight and keep it moving. Usyk, do you know what it is as well? Because in all honesty, Usyk could have made the third fight already. He is not making that fight. It's
I
not
think
happening.
I can't. The thing is, right, and this is where it
It,
goes back to that. No, it goes back to that point about commercial, right? So if you fight Joseph Parker, commercially nobody cares about that fight.
here's the thing: Usyk has shown on many different occasions he's not as money hungry as other guys in the game.
No, that's fair.
And two,
But
Usyk is getting paid regard. I think Usyk reminds me of like Habib, where it's just like, yo, as long as I make a good amount
okay, that's a stretch.
No. Hear what I'm saying?
That's a stretch.
No, because the same way Habib could have had the I think Dana's talked about it many times, like
Mm.
the UFC were offering Habib dumb money to take the Conor rematch. This is even before the retirement. And Habib was just like, no, I'm good. Like I'll get paid regardless. But that Conor kerfuffle was just like, no, like I don't need.
But do you think Usyk gets, because obviously if he was getting paid, but he was getting paid from the
Just getting
outside.
paid.
Do you think Usyk's getting that type of
Will he
money?
get paid more first Fury? Absolutely. But it's almost like once you get to a certain amount, I'm paid
Because
regardless.
like how you say Usyk's been paid. You got to
Mm.
remember his dance partners were big A side partners for the heavyweight division. AJ
I
twice,
mean,
Tyson twice, Daniel in that little gap as well. Which okay, fine.
I'm not counting Daniel towards that because
Okay,
commercially,
that's what I
Daniel's
mean.
not.
Yeah, Daniel maybe not, but 4 out of 6 then.
But that's what I'm saying. If you don't think that after those 4 fights, 2 with AJ and 2 with Fury, that Usyk's just like, yo, I'm good. Everything
No,
else,
he would be good, but I mean, listen, I'll be good after one fight with them. The
yeah,
point
of
is,
course.
the,
But
po- the
that's what I'm
point
saying.
being
So
is,
imagine
your
if you've
final
had
fight.
4 fights, you've had 2 with AJ, 2 with Fury, yeah. If you don't think that he can't afford to just say, do you know what? Nah. Of course
I
he's gonna.
But if it's your
He's in
final
that
fight,
position. He's in that position where it can just be like, because even if he faces Parker, he's getting paid regardless. He's making
I,
bank. Will it be as much?
I,
It's not going to be as
no.
much, but he's
The
making
thing
bank
is,
regardless.
the reason I say that is, if you're getting the Tyson Fury fight, Turkey Al Sheikh is going to put the backing in there straight away. I don't know where the Alexander Usyk Joseph Parker fight goes. Like who's
Saudi,
actually picking? I don't know if they pick it up like that.
Saudi,
If you want me
stop
to be
it,
honest,
stop it.
I genuinely do not believe the
This is
Saudis will care that much.
Let me tell you something right now. Any big boxing attraction, don't put it on a card and stack it the same way they've got that stacked card with Yard versus Benavides
Oh,
coming up.
that's making me go to Riyadh. I ain't never
No,
dying. I'll be
exactly.
looking.
And why would you think that they wouldn't do the same thing for Usyk Parker? It's the same bracket. It's like, all right, cool. You may not be the pay-per-view attraction, but we're going to give the star-studded card. They've been doing that. Usyk is not taking that third Fury fight, especially because it's not like a rubber match. It's not 1-1.
I mean, we saw that
It
with
is,
Katie
I've
Taylor and
beaten you
Amanda
twice. I
Serrano.
should have
So
not shot the first one. He performed better in the first one, and I'm sure. And listen, and here's the thing as well: Fury still gives him a tough fight, so he's probably thinking the juice is not worth the squeeze for me to go into the same way we talk about Canelo, where it's just like, yo, I'm near the end of my career. Why am I engaging in high risk fights? Even though the bar is high risk as well, but there's a level of risk where the juice ain't worth the squeeze for a third Fury fight.
I hear it.
especially and the
I
uppercuts
personally
that Fury was
I'm gonna
landing
get
on
the
him. I wouldn't want to risk. There's only so many times you can risk going up against someone who you faced before, until they're gonna catch you with something just because of chance.
I personally think we get the. At first, I thought, Tyson's just calling and doing a Tyson thing, but I do think we are going to get that fight. But just before we quickly wrap up, prediction: Usyk Dubois. Where you going?
Usyk win. I don't know how Usyk win. What about yourself?
Shout out the Brits. I'm going Daniel Dubois.
I need Usyk to win.
I'm sick. I can't doubt this man anymore. Every time I doubt him, he pulls off a performance.
I said, I don't know why it's taking you this long. My thing is, Joseph Parker deserved his title shot, which he was robbed of. So my thing is, as long as Joseph Parker gets his title shot, I'm happy. And I hope that Joseph Parker faces Usyk. So that's what I'm going for.
I hear it. Listen, guys, we're going to wrap up today's little episode. As always, if you enjoy the show, like, share, subscribe. You know the vibes. Every day there'll be some kind of content coming up. The guys will obviously go into in a lot more detail when it comes to Usyk and Dubois. But Ray, any final words?
Like you said, man, you said it. Socials are there. People, stay weighed in.
Peace.
It's another band. All the Muslim cars now, whichever get up. Light up my scars with a sweet one, please. Someone flicks me a bag by it. So, it's another one. It's another one, yeah. It's a full strand, yeah. Oh, it's another one. It's another one, yeah.